those down.
Okay. Thanks.
I'll make a motion to approve the financials.
Second.
Any discussion? Call for a vote?
Commissioner Spitaleri.
Aye.
Commissioner Brackey.
Aye.
Commissioner DeVore.
Yes.
Thank you very much. The next item here is a continuation from our discussion last week. And I believe Commissioner Brackey, I sent the files to you with what the charges are and everything, and what JFS experienced as far as an increase in their cost allocation once we came into this building, and then some of the increased maintenance costs too that they've experienced.
50% is not exactly there.
But we had determined last time we looked at this for the building, allocate it in an 80-year cycle as opposed to a 40-year. But the state wouldn't allow that. It had to match. Last time we'd actually, of the building was, so don't depreciate, there's nothing that we depreciate over a 40-year cycle in the county.
Good.
So the next item, Geauga County Courthouse expansion, approved by all the companies that review that, so including TDA, Infinity, and NV5.
I mean, the one thing I caught that we discussed was the four.
Any discussion? Call for a vote?
Commissioner Spitaleri.
Aye.
Commissioner Brackey.
Aye.
Commissioner DeVore.
Yes.
With your permission, we could probably do 5 and 6. It says filed by the governments for the month of January 2026 pursuant to ORC 319.35.
I'll move to approve 5 and 6.
Second.
Any discussion? Call for a vote?
Rick Blamer, the County Airport Authority. The Airport Authority is requesting the board approve reimbursement request number 8 for the taxiway extension construction project to construct parallel taxiway Alpha, including taxiways Alpha 1 and Alpha 2 construction final phase, and install the taxiway edge lights. The total amount was $113,760.37, and our local share is $5,088.02.
And you reviewed the invoices and you believe them to be correct?
Yes.
And is this our last request for this project?
No, we're at 88% at this point.
Okay.
Once the springtime.
Commissioner Brackey.
Aye.
Commissioner DeVore.
Yes.
Commissioner Brackey.
Aye.
Commissioner DeVore.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Rick.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Morning, Andy.
We have 3 items today. If it hasn't changed, I don't know if it has, right?
No,
Nope, you're good. Not this
Follow-
part.
Follow along.
It's changed, but not this part.
Okay, number 8. County Engineer's Office is requesting the board approve and execute Resolution 26029. The order to order the asphalt resurfacing of Messenger Road, County Highway 31, sections B and C in Auburn and Newbury Townships. This resolution also requests the board to approve and execute the title sheet of the specifications for the same. Further, this resolution sets a bid opening on Friday, March 13th, 2026 at 10 a.m. using Bid Express at the County Engineer's Office. Notice of this bid opening will be advertised February 26, 2026, and on the county website.
I move to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? Call for a vote?
Commissioner Spitaleri.
Aye.
Commissioner Brackey.
Aye.
Commissioner DeVore.
Yes.
Number 9, the County Engineer's Office is requesting the board approve and execute Resolution 2030, to order the asphalt resurfacing of Mumford Road, County Highway 24, sections EF in Troy Township. This resolution also requests the board approve and execute the title sheet of the specifications for the same. Further, this resolution sets a bid opening on Friday, March 13th, 2026, 10:05 a.m. using Bid Express at the County Engineer's Office. Notice of this bid opening will be advertised on February 26, 2026, and on the county website.
I move to approve number 9.
Second.
Discussion? Where is E and F? Is it adjacent to Portage County or?
On Mumford itself?
Yeah.
It is, I don't have the sections. It is basically in the middle of Troy. It's north of, basically it spans, I should say, hang on. I could give you exact
Tell me later.
visual. I can tell you.
Hold on, it was in our board packet.
We have a map, yes.
Right, there you go.
It is Messenger, from Stafford to Ravenna.
Okay.
That's Messenger. Mumford,
Mumford's from 422 to
420.
Patch Road, looks like.
correct.
hold, I thought. We-
Call for vote.
Commissioner Spudler.
Aye.
Commissioner Brackey.
Aye.
Commissioner DeBoer.
Yes.
Number 10.
Christie keeps us in line.
I see that.
Gotta vote.
I got it. County Engineer Office is requesting the board approve and execute Resolution 2631 to order the replacement of the Pettipone Road Bridge, structure 607, 1.25 in Bainbridge Township. This resolution also requests the board approve and execute the title sheet of the plans for the same. Further, this resolution sets a bid opening on Friday, March 20th, 2026 at 10:05 a.m. using Bid Express at the County Engineer's office. Notice of this bid opening will be advertised on February 26, 2026, March 5th, 2026, and on the county website.
Can I ask one dumb question?
No, absolutely.
So there's a bid opening at 10 a.m. and then there's 2 bid openings at 10:05. Is that what you intended?
Different day.
Oh.
Pettibone is on the 20th.
Okay, got it.
Different day.
Got it.
2 on the 13th.
13th and 1 on the 20th.
Yes,
Thank you.
and my understanding is Shane told me that you have township as well
I
on that day.
believe there's township as well.
Okay, so somebody else is coming in at 10. All right, I got it. All good. I'll move to approve number 10.
Second.
Any discussion? Call for vote.
Commissioner Spudler.
Aye.
Commissioner Brackey.
Aye.
Commissioner DeBoer.
Yes.
Thank you, Commissioners. Have a great day.
Commissioners, do you have this?
I don't have it printed out. I have it in my material.
Rob Weigel, Maintenance Department. I have item number 11, 12, and 13 here. The Maintenance Department is requesting the board approve the revised organizational chart to include additional position of Technology Supervisor, number 1910, and 2 additional positions of Custodian, 1906, to be effective February 24th, 2026. And
I was just gonna say, we got a couple different works charts, so I just wanna make sure.
The one that he sent.
this one is, how come it still has yellow on it?
Okay, yeah, I think this is an old one, Christie.
When I printed the one yesterday that you sent me, the big one, that's how it.
No, this is a different one, because this one, the only thing my only feedback with this one is that you have people's names on this, right? So,
Well, it's because then, so instead of it having colors,
yeah,
so you can see that a position is filled.
right.
And ones that are not filled are just name, they're
Okay.
blank.
But then when people come and go, are we gonna have to reapprove this org chart?
It would have to, yeah, probably.
Okay,
So,
that seems inefficient to me, but I mean, I think we can do that today. Does anyone else, did you guys see this one? This would be the one we're approving today.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure I knew, because there were a lot of ideas that.
I was trying to get something that, like, still an organizational chart with a flow chart together.
Yeah,
And that's
no,
what-
I think that was a good work product. That was my only criticism, was just that there are the people's names in it, so that
So,
when there's turnover, I think we have to approve a new org chart every time.
so preferably, well, next one I'll have job title instead of
Yeah,
name.
yeah, and I mean, maybe you just highlight it in your office, the ones you
Yeah.
need to fill, rather than us having to approve different ones when there's openings. So Rob, did you want to go through the other items, or do you want us to approve?
No,
them?
I can go through the other ones if you don't
Okay,
mind.
however you want to handle it.
Yeah, because the maintenance department is requesting the board grant permission to advertise for the position of technology supervisor, number 1910. This position will remain posted until filled. And then item number 13, the maintenance department is requesting the board increase the current posting for positions of custodian, number 1906, from 2 to 3 positions available. This positions will remain posted until they are filled.
I'll move to approve 11.
Second.
Any discussion? Call for vote.
Commissioner Spudler.
Aye.
Commissioner Brackey.
Aye.
Commissioner DeBoer.
Yes.
Thank you.
Morning, Commissioners.
Morning.
Nick Gors, Water Resources. Item on the agenda is requesting the board approve and authorize Commissioner Spitaleri to execute the OWDA fund payment request number 11 for the McFarland Creek wastewater treatment plant improvement project for technical services by HDR Engineering in the amount of $57,128.33. The payment request has been reviewed by our department and found it to be accurate.
I'll move to approve 14.
Second.
Any discussion? Call for vote.
Commissioner Spitaleri?
Aye.
Commissioner Brackey?
Aye.
Commissioner DeWort?
Thank you.
15, 16, and 17 are all related to each other. So 15 is Resolution 26032, the second amendment, approving the use of county credit cards for the year 2026. This will include the sheriff's office, 4 cards, and an additional employee for maintenance. Number 16 is to approve and authorize the president of the board to execute the applications for authorization for the use of county credit cards for 2026 for the sheriff's office and maintenance for those cards and employee. And then number 17 is Commissioner's Office is requesting the board approve and execute the certification request to the county auditor request to the commissioners for the quarterly use of the credit cards for the sheriff's office for all 4 quarters for their First National Bank, Visa, Right Express, Home Depot, and Centera.
I'll move to approve 15, 16, and 17.
Second. Second.
Any discussion? Call for vote.
Commissioner Spitaleri?
Aye.
Commissioner Brackey?
Aye.
Commissioner DeWort?
Yes.
This one is all of you. This, these 2 are just you. Okay. Oh, one more.
Let's have on these engineer ones.
The one resolution is 2 townships, so each township gets a copy of their own resolution. So one goes to the engineer and we keep one, so that's why there's 4 on that one. And then you have the title sheets for all the plans. Okay. 18, 19, 20, 21, and 22 are all for the constant service unit. 18 is to approve and execute Resolution 26033 honoring Troop 70011 for achieving their Bronze Award, the highest honor for a junior Girl Scout. Resolution 26034 is honoring Girl Scout Troop 70435 for achieving their Bronze Award. Resolution 26035 is honoring Sarah Miller for achieving the Girl Scout Gold Award. 26036 is honoring Madeline Forster for achieving the Girl Scout Gold Award. And 26037 is honoring Bryn Crahy for achieving her Gold Award.
Congratulations to the troops and the girls. I'll move to approve 8, 13 through 22.
Second.
Any discussion? Call for a vote.
Commissioner Spitaleri?
Aye.
Commissioner Brackey?
Aye.
Commissioner DeWort?
Yes.
And some resolution for each one of the girls in the 2 troops, and then the 3 for the girls. He's not here yet. He's supposed to be coming.
We can tip into board discussion. Sure.
Yeah, let's do that. Absolutely.
Okay, moving on to board discussion. We'll start with the strategic plan. So Mark's going to help me. So when you hired me, you not only asked me to oversee the day-to-day operations of the BOCC, but to also develop and implement initiatives that move the organization forward. Over the past 9 months, I've gathered those initiatives and organized them into 4 central themes, what we're calling our lines of effort. The purpose of these lines of effort is to give departments a clear framework for generating and aligning their work with our broader organizational priorities. They are intended to create focus, accountability, and forward momentum across the entire organization. The Deputy County Administrator and I have identified several key projects within each line of effort to begin building that momentum. As we move forward, we will evaluate all of this work through the lens of the taxpayer. How does this make government more accessible, faster, and of a higher quality? Our vision is that the culmination of our 2026 efforts will be presented during a State of the County address in early 2027. At that time, the Deputy County Administrator and I will outline our 2026 accomplishments and present the next set of priorities for 2027. This will also provide an opportunity for department directors to highlight their respective achievements and their future goals. So with that, I would like to just open the floor and see if you have any questions on this overarching guidance that Mark and I plan to start implementing with the staff. We're just getting going, so there may not be a whole lot of questions.
No, I mean, I think I've provided my feedback already, so I'm
Okay.
really excited about this plan.
I think it's a step in the right direction and 100% for it.
I feel the same, you know, it highlights, you know, some of the great things that you have, Mark, and been working on here. Just the team that you guys have built has been, you know, just tremendous. As far as the relationships with you and the directors and the direction that we're going, and I think that it gives everybody a opportunity also to, you know, to spotlight the great things they do. That sometimes, you know, these meetings don't do it because they're coming up for, you know, funding and everything else, and it doesn't really focus on the good that they do bring to the organization and our county residents. So thank you.
No, thank you for that. Yeah, we recognize that there's, you know, day-to-day operations, but then we're beginning to add in a layer of, you know, tasks and priorities on top of the day-to-day work that, you know, with the express purpose of really driving the organization forward in these 4 areas. It also opens up the directors, you know, like I said, to look at the work that they do and to ask themselves, is this activity or task I'm about to develop or undertake, is it doing one of those 4 things? And if it is, then they know without even asking Mark or I that they're headed in the right direction. So it creates a level of autonomy down, it sort of pushes it down so they have a level of autonomy as directors to come up with new ideas, new initiatives that feed the overall intent of where we're trying to go. So we'll continue to update you, perhaps quarterly, as we approach the end of the year. This definitely is not a one and done, but this is just kind of that first 10,000-foot view of my assessment and where we'd like to go and get your concurrence on that. Okay.
Yeah, I
Thank
look
you.
forward to the updates and seeing where how those benchmarks align as the year progresses.
Definitely. Okay, thank you for that validation. Moving on to the bed tax, I also have Debbie. Oh, there she is. I couldn't see her behind the computer screen. So as you know, we've talked about this in session before. We had Destination Geauga come in. House Bill 94 allows counties to amend the definition of what a hotel is, and it can include establishments less than 5 rooms. So the last resolution we did was in 1991. And so what I wanted to get a feel from the board was, obviously we need to update the resolution. To help us in that update, we wanted to know, are we going down to 1 room or more, or 3 rooms or more? Just kind of feeling out the board in that regard. And then once we draft that resolution, we'll send it to the prosecutor's office for review and then bring it back to the board. I've also reached out to Kathy Scheimer and asked her for historical data on the bed tax that Destination Geauga has received, just to educate me, because I'd like to know how that money's been spent. Is all of it been spent or a portion of it? I think that's just like a good benchmark to have that data. And I just sent that yesterday, so I don't anticipate she's going to respond quite yet.
Commissioner Dvorak and I did go to the Destination Geauga annual meeting, and I mean, I think last year they received about $60,000, and I mean, they're spending everything we give them.
Okay, so.
But I would be interested in that historical data as well.
Yeah, I would like to see 5 years worth. To me, that is, for me, it's kind of my own personal standard of just looking back 5 years. So we'll see how that dialogue goes while we work on the resolution piece with the prosecutor's office. So is there a feeling from the board, a decision on number of rooms? Is it 1 or more, or are we going to do 3 or more? It's just, it can be less than 5.
Yeah, I mean, I think it should be 1 or more. I think we should be leveling the playing field for all the lodging options in the county. And again, this is people coming to the counties paying this tax. It's not the providers themselves. And just looking at the list of like the Airbnbs, the Verbros, those short-term rentals in the county, there are currently facilities that have 5 rooms that we could be taxing right now. And it's my understanding that we are not. So that could be done currently on that resolution. And so I just think that we should be leveling the playing field so that we're not treating an inn with 5 rooms differently than we are, say, the Henderson.
Debbie, did you want to come up? I don't want to, is there anything you wanted to add specifically? I don't want to put you on the spot, but.
I don't know if they have any questions regarding any of the information that I might have, but it's, do you want me to come up to?
Sure, sure.
Okay.
Does the board have any questions about bed tax?
Before I sit down?
I mean, do we understand how this would be implemented, how we would, because it's my understanding that these, Verbro or Airbnb would be the ones that are assessing the tax, and then they just write us a check.
Debbie, could you introduce yourself?
Yeah, Debbie Ashburn, Senior Fiscal Specialist with the Commissioners. I do handle the bed tax payments and collection. I have not gone into finding this list. This was provided, this list was brought by the Community Development through Gina. And I don't know, and I don't think anyone knows really how much this would actually generate money for Destination Geauga. As you know, the county would receive nothing because we are just a pass-through for. Right now, we have 4 that I collect. I do Bass Lake, the Thompson KOA, so that would be removed from the list because I already collect on that one. Punderson and the club at Hillbrook. That in itself, through me, through Carrie in processing the payments and collection of the payments, and the auditor's office actually cutting the check and doing their paperwork, I have that at about $95 administrative fee for us right now per quarter. So if I'm going to expand this list by, I don't know how many, if these are all Airbnb and these are all Vrbo, then it is possible that I would only be expanding the spreadsheet by 2 if the payments are going to come from them. But then I would have to also know what township that they are in, these establishments, because the townships that do not collect their own bed tax, the only 2 that right now that do that I am aware of are City of Chardon and Newberry. So Punderson pays 3% to Newberry because Newberry collects that on their own, and as well as City of Chardon. So I am not reimbursing those 2 for any of the bed tax that I receive. So if it's a township like Bainbridge or I think Thompson, the other ones that they are not collecting their own bed tax, so I reimburse them 10%. I receive 3% bed tax to the county. I reimburse them, the townships, 10% of that if they are not collecting their own bed tax. So that's why I would need to know what townships those things are in.
Okay. Any other questions from the board on the mechanics?
The Destination Geauga group or their board would help identify the Airbnbs in Geauga County. And then when I spoke and Commissioner Brinkley spoke at the Destination Geauga, one fellow introduced himself and said, I own an Airbnb. And I've lived all over the country, and Geauga County is my home, and it's the best business he ever had in his life, he says, because he talks to people from out of town, and he stood up and he says, I'm 100% for the bed tax, because it would make everybody in that industry stronger, better, and he was for it, so I just wanted to make that statement.
Are there different sentiments other than one or more from any of the other commissioners?
I guess my feeling is a couple of things. I'm not for more taxes. And Geauga County is kind of a unique county in the sense that we don't have this huge outlay of hotels everywhere that people can just go to. We've got great locations for people to come in to visit our county, and those people are spending money in our county when they come in and visit. That I just think it's a double whammy to implement another tax. We're not in a position, fortunately enough, knock on wood, that, that we're in any lack of dollars in our county here. I think that we could, as a board, assist to support some of the direction of community economic development and bring in some tourism. But I look at it a lot like, chambers of commerce, Chambers of commerce as business owners, you pay dues into a chamber and they have different programs, different things that they promote your business with, but it's all self-contained within that organization and not really looking for government funds or taxes. I think that there's just a couple of, some of the things that you got to worry about is, A, what's going to be the enforcement arm of being able to look into who's, A, not paying this, and B, what is, is the juice worth the squeeze of trying to do this? How much is it going to cost us to manage and monitor a program like this? And what's really our return on the amount of time that we put in? And I think that ultimately, instead of us, taxing these owners, let them continue to try to provide a quality product to visitors coming in, because they really are restricted. I wish we had, a little bit of a better selection of hotels or something that people could come in for weddings, funerals, visiting family, different events, but we really don't have a whole lot here. And, thank God that those people are taking the time and effort to put themselves in that position to make these available, because without them, it would be a little bit of a hindrance. And I think that there's a lot of revenue that we're missing if those people are not here doing that. Because when tourists are here, what are they doing? They're going to the different eateries. They're going to the different, historical locations, different things to visit. And what are they doing? They're spending money in our county. So I just think that this is such a if you're in business to be in the motel business or hotel business, or you got 5 or more that this is what you're doing, and you're managing that and everything else, you're set up for that, great. But for a guy to have a home that he takes pride in, to keep up and maintain, pays taxes on top of that for us here in the county, then why not? So that's my position. So I'm totally against it in a sense of no more taxes. And I think that 5 or more kind of draws the line and makes it reasonable. So, thank you.
I would say that the point of is the juice versus the squeeze, I mean, I think that's a fair point, but I think we're only gonna know that if we try it and see what we get in the bed tax versus how much effort it is.
As far as the word taxes, it's 3%, and it's from out-of-town people. It's not taxing Geauga County residents, unless, of course, you stay in the Airbnb somewhere in the county. But, the advertisement could be for Destination Geauga. If the room is $100 a night, you spend $3 for tax. Spend overnight for $3 bed tax, Geauga County. I think that's a pretty good deal. Different people go to different vacation locations, and it could be $17, it could be $25, it could be whatever. Go to Vegas sometime.
Yeah.
So it's $3 if the room is $100 a night, so.
Yeah, I mean, I think all of our neighbors do this already. I mean, I've talked to neighboring commissioners, and they're all collecting bed tax already from Airbnb, so, this isn't something that would be unique to Geauga. I mean, we're kind of behind the ball on it, frankly.
I think it's worth a try, and really, if you take a snapshot after 3 years and see if it's worth it or not.
Yeah, I mean, even after a year, if we're not really collecting that much and it's a lot of administrative hassle, then maybe it's worth getting rid of at that point, but I think it's worth trying. And one thing to know with Destination Geauga is there is a portion of their budget is bed tax, but a portion of it is membership based. So that is a portion of their budget already.
Thank you for that discussion. Thank you, Debbie. Let's move up to item 23 since Prosecutor Flays is here. And we can return to the rest of board discussion.
Morning.
Jim Place from the prosecutor's office. So I submitted a joint application for counsel. This is for the probate juvenile court. I met with Judge Berger yesterday afternoon, and feel bad for Judge Berger. The Supreme Court's got him running all over the place. He's been in Summit County. I think last week, he's supposed to be in Summit County for 2 straight weeks, but he's been trying to get back up here to handle certain things. So it was hard to connect with him in person. And, after meeting with him yesterday afternoon, as you know, I'm statutory legal counsel for all county offices and officers, and that includes the courts. And he requested legal counsel and advice regarding some HR and employment issues in relating to a court employees potentially. And the issue is, with respect to the issue he needs advice on, there is a pending criminal investigation. And when in the public employment sector, if somebody commits an act as a public employee that is also a criminal act, the issue then becomes, there's something called Garrity, it's a U.S. Supreme Court decision, and you can call an employee in, and as part of their employment, you can ask them, hey, did you do X, Y, and Z? And if they refuse to answer you, you can use that as a basis to terminate their employment. The problem becomes in the criminal realm. The United States Supreme Court found that in that situation, that is a compelled statement. And if law enforcement is involved in that process, that corrupts the criminal investigation. So, myself and all my assistant prosecutors, whether they're in the civil or criminal division, we're law enforcement officers under the statute. And if there is a situation where a public employee has done something that impacts their employment, but is also a criminal act, I can't be on both sides of that fence. In fact, I can't be on the civil side of that fence because I'm always on the criminal side, because that's what I'm charged to do. So while there is a pending criminal investigation, I've told this, I've told this to the judge, and I'll tell this to you. My plan is to refer that matter out to the Attorney General's office for further investigation, but it's going to end up coming back to me, so it doesn't really eliminate the conflict there. So it's unfortunate that the county has to expend money on this, but I have a clear conflict, and Judge Berger really does need some help here.
Prosecutor Flays, I know McDonald Hopkins is the firm you chose. What attorney are you, or which attorney are you using there? Do you know?
Well, I'm obviously was very pressed for time. I had about 2 hours to throw this together after our meeting yesterday. So I needed to use a lawyer that's already an approved vendor with the county. So I know Mr. Costura that's who I called.
Okay.
He does HR. He's done HR for other.
No, well, yeah, I mean, he's done it for the Board of Health when I was on the Board of
Yeah,
Health. I mean, I think he's a
I
good
just don't have a
choice.
lot of options. That's his government rate, unfortunately.
Well, I asked because I think the rate you had was actually higher than the rate we have him for.
Maybe your grandfather and he says his normal rate is $5.95 and his
That's-
government rate is $3.95.
Okay,
is
I
what
think in our
told me
contract,
yesterday.
I thought it was $3.75, so let's just double check to me. I mean, it's not that big of a deal, but,
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't been in the law firm for a while, so I'm always kind of shocked at these hourly rates, but I guess
I know, I'm losing money right
yeah,
now.
I know. My 2012 hourly rate, maybe I guess given inflation is probably, these aren't that crazy, but they seem crazy to me.
No, that's what we charge now.
Okay.
That's the going rate.
So this all stems from that newspaper article and the letter was sent out by an employee?
You can
He
draw
can't-
your own
yeah,
conclusions.
he can't answer that.
Just connect the dots. I get it.
Yeah, just, I mean, as a general matter, I will tell you and make sure you let your employees know that, you know, if you're on the clock and you're using your public email and public resources and public employees, don't do campaigning, because that is a crime. The other issue too, I mean, I think it's important for the county to make sure that he has good counsel here, because it's my understanding that one of the other candidates referred this to the auditor's office. And I know the auditors, in addition to the criminal part of it, you have an audit issue here. And I know the state auditor, not the county auditor's office, referred to the state auditor. I know they have a unit that kind of looks into those type of violations, and so, you know, there's a potential headache, and that falls on the county, not the court. So, again, I think it helps to have, you know, good counsel advising Judge Berger here.
No, I agree. I'll move to approve number 23.
Second.
Any more discussion? Call for a vote?
Commissioner Spudler.
Aye.
Commissioner Brackey.
Aye.
Commissioner DeBoer.
Yes.
Thanks for getting
Yeah.
in so quick.
Yeah.
It's just amazing, because 2 years ago, we went through a Kersinger thing. He was borrowing money from a vendor. It's against the Ohio Revised Code. And now this, I just think it's very pathetic and very low of a county employee doing this. So it's very disappointing.
Yeah, I would describe that as taking bribes from a vendor, is how I would more characterize that, but, you know, I have my prosecutor hat on. But I think that was much worse, but that, not excusing this type of conduct, but that was much worse, for sure. Okay, thank you.
Thank you for coming in.
Okay, moving back to item number 24, board discussion. So I just want to discuss with the whole board an opportunity. Representative Joyce has opened the portal for FY27 community project funding. We only have to submit initial requests by March 6th with, there's an opportunity afterwards to submit additional documentation. So I did a little bit of research just to kind of look at what's been approved in the past from 2026. So I'll discuss this with the Deputy County Administrator, but I wanted to see, you know, if you have a sentiment again about applying for these types of grants. I haven't posed anything to the board like this before. Again, this is all in the vein of partnership, right? Looking for outward opportunities. So some
Increased sources of revenue
Right,
as well. Yeah.
right. So some of the things that were approved just kind of nationwide under this grant. So let me cover what it is. So basically, this portal provides local governments and 501c3s with the opportunity to submit project requests for consideration in the federal appropriations process, helping to deliver meaningful resources to address our most pressing needs in Northeast Ohio. So again, initial submitting through the portal, it's a pretty basic application. There isn't a lot of details. You just kind of submit your basic info, and then they'll reach out to you afterwards, say, hey, we need these documents to prepare basically, you know, everything else for the grant process. Their FY27 guidance has not been posted yet, so again, that's why it's kind of vague, I guess, at this point. Some of the things, again, nationwide that have been looked at, I just kind of went through and highlighted some things that could also apply to us, just to give you an idea of what this type of grant could or maybe do for us. So there's things like Emergency Operations Center relocation, baseline water improvement projects, sewer main projects, more water main replacements. There was an aging senior center, again, lots of water line extensions. So I think the next step for us is for Mark and I to reach across the staff to see if there is anything that might be like shovel ready, you know, that we could submit and then cultivate the paperwork afterwards. So again, just, you know, not sure if you've ever heard of it. I know it's the first time I'm bringing it in front of you, but what your thoughts are maybe on, you know, this grant in particular and us kind of going out for it.
We did apply for it last year. I think that was before your
Prior to
time,
me.
Amy. But yeah, I think we applied for the safety center roof and we were denied. So denied go. And we weren't even asked for more information. I don't think. I think
Okay.
it was a pretty quick denial. So I think, you know, we in Geauga County, we pay a lot of taxes, both federally and statewide, and so it makes sense for us to try to claw back as much of that as we can, as long as the strings attached are not unduly burdensome. or impose, values on the county that are contrary to our own. So I think we should definitely identify some projects and try to get it in. But I just point out, we did not have luck last time. So I do think it may be worthwhile to reach out to Dave Joyce's office to get some feedback on what sort of things would be appealing to them to push, so that we can come with that. I mean, and within that, we have the state budget capital request as well. And so we should probably think about projects for that. I think their deadline's a little, like a week after the federal one. But I think some of those projects could probably apply to both funding opportunities.
Yeah, and the initial information request, due on the 3rd is not extensive. It's very basic. So
Yeah.
I think that gives us time to put together a meaningful packet, with all the right supporting documentation that maybe gets us a success this time. So,
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely.
Or at least a request for more information.
Right. Okay.
It's very much to look into, and we did get some state money for the roof or parking lot for the sheriff's office through Senator Sam O'Brien. And then different groups are emailing me or calling me about, and I give them information to this state senator to have them get a hold of her to see if it's, just a couple of things. DDC Clinic is seeking for grants, and so is Parkman Township. And there's always the Fair Board that needs some improvements and maintenance stuff. So it's we should seek for funds, so, thanks.
Anything, Commissioner Fiddler?
Nope.
Okay, anything else for board discussion? I do not have anything else. Okay, public comment, item number 25. Those wishing to make a comment or ask a question on matters of concern, please raise your hand to be called upon. Begin by stating your full name and address, and you'll have up to your full name and
Township or municipality.
yes,
Yeah.
municipality or township, and you will have up to 3 minutes to comment or ask a question, and you're kindly asked to refrain from disorderly or disruptive conduct. So just a reminder, our new public comment policy went into effect for today's session. So we'll have basically 5 members from the public that are able to make a public comment. Do we have everyone? Yes, sir. Please come up to the microphone.
Good morning. My
For you
name,
to sit, sir?
I'm sorry,
Would it be easier for you to sit?
I
You're
can
okay.
stand for 3 minutes.
Okay, very good.
7 or 8 might be a problem, but 3 is okay.
Just want to make sure you're all right.
Good morning. My name is Dr. Michael McGuire. I reside at 12461 Bent Brook Drive in Chesterland. My wife and I have been residents of Chesterland and Geauga County since 1990. I am here today to speak about the contract that Geauga County and Sheriff Hildebrand have with ICE. I do not know what media feeds and information that you and the sheriff have seen, but those that I have seen have been horrific and under no possible interpretation, in my opinion, can be considered law enforcement. I also assume we have also seen videos from multiple witnesses of the murders of Renee Good and Alex Preddy. There are additionally hundreds, probably thousands of videos of ICE agents assaulting people indiscriminately, knocking them to the ground and detaining them, not for being undocumented or for some crime, but for simply observing and filming their actions. These are citizens exercising their First Amendment rights. Further, ICE is detaining thousands of people in abysmal conditions with no due process. I do not speak of Geauga County. I assume Sheriff Hildebrand houses the detainees appropriately. But these people have no ability to speak to their families and no access to a lawyer, in clear violation of their constitutional rights under the 4th and 5th Amendments. At least 3,500 children have been detained, many of them separated from their parents. Many children, including some U.S. citizens, have been deported without their parents. Last week, a 2-month-old baby, already incarcerated for half of his life, was rushed to the hospital in San Antonio with life-threatening respiratory issues, in significant part because the Dilley facility in South Texas has no full-time medical care available because nationwide, ICE stopped paying medical providers last October. The child was released from the hospital with active bronchitis, and he and his parents and his 16-month-old sibling were deported the same day with absolutely no resources. Another child from that facility was taken to the hospital with pneumonia, and after being released back to the facility, was denied her prescription medication. 2 days ago, a mother gave birth, not the first birth at the facility, after
Sir,
being rushed
sir.
to a local hospital.
Sir, your time's up.
Time's up. May I have one final statement?
Sorry, it's a First Amendment issue if we let some people go over, so, but you can email us with your full statement if you want.
Okay. I just want to say cancel the contract.
Thank you. Anybody else? Okay. Now, item 26.
The Sheriff's Office is requesting the board move into executive session for the purpose of preparing for, conducting, or reviewing negotiations or bargaining sessions with public employees concerning their compensation or other terms and conditions of their employment pursuant to ORC 121.22G4.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Call for a vote.
Commissioner Spudler.
Aye.
Commissioner Brackey.
Aye.
Commissioner DeBoer.
Yes.
It will be Sheriff Hildebrand, Chief Rowan, Mark Jimison, and myself.
Okay.
have you returning at 10:48 a.m. Max is not in here.
Or,
Hold on a second. Hey, Mark, can you? What? Bring us back. He's not in here. I don't know where he went.
lost our, and maybe just a reminder that we have a facilities working meeting this Thursday at 9 o'clock in this room. So,
And we think that's gonna be about an hour?
yes,
Okay,
and we'll get you an agenda shortly.
great.
We have 911 program review tomorrow at 9 in this room, and then on Thursday, we have work session. It is an
Week.
It's a busy week. You all are headed to Geauga Trumbull Solid Waste, except Ms. Bricky, she's unable to attend today, so. My understanding is that all 3 of Trumbull County's commissioners will be there.
Okay, very good.
It's reorg, so I'll make a motion to make it president.
Oh, man, don't do that.
We good, Mark?
He's figuring it out.
I don't know what they're,
Do we need ADP help or anything?
You good, Mark?
Let me text Max.
he was in here, I don't know where he went.
I'll text him.
You need the, gavel.
We're gonna whack it,
Beat the computer.
maybe to make it work better.
There he is.
Oh, there he is. Help, Mark.
Please.
It's the only thing that stands between us and adjournment.
Correct.
Good?
Okay. We returned at 10:48 a.m. No action.
No action.
Yeah. Okay. Motion to adjourn.
Well, I got one more thing.
Oh,
I'm chairman of the America 250 Geauga. It's a committee of 55 people. And the person that owns Schoolyard Studios, he offered to have the March meeting at his studio in Burton and have a 4-county, each county would have 15, 20 minutes to brag about their county and highlight it. So I just wondered if it's okay with my fellow commissioners to allow me to talk to archives, because they did something about 3-4 weeks ago with, okay, thank you.
I have a second to adjourn.
Huh?
I have a motion to adjourn. She made a motion.
I already made a motion.
Okay, second,
Commissioner.
the motion for adjournment.
All in favor?
Aye.